Good morning and welcome to Wake Up Well this Wednesday morning. We're looking at community this week. The scripture we're looking at today is 1 Samuel chapter 10, starting at verse 9. As Saul turned to leave Samuel, God changed Saul's heart, and all the signs were fulfilled that day. When he and his servant arrived at Gilboa, a procession of prophets met him. The Spirit of God came powerfully upon him, and he joined in their prophesying. When all those who had formerly known him saw him prophesying with the prophets, they asked each other, "What is this that has happened to the son of Kish? Is Saul among the prophets?" A man who lived there answered, "And who is their father?" So it has become a saying, "Is Saul among the prophets?" After Saul stopped prophesying, he went to the high place. So the context of what is going on there is that Saul has just met Samuel. Samuel is the prophet. He's known as the man of God. He is renowned that people will go to seek after him of what is God saying. And so it's actually Saul's servants, his companions, who have recommended that, hey, let's hear from the man of God as they are on their task looking for the missing donkeys. And so off they've gone to Samuel. God has already spoken to Samuel saying that Saul is the next king. And so what is happening here is that Saul is being given his first assignment to go to this place where he is met by a company of prophets. Now, as we see that it appears that Saul has not really been prophesying, because the people who know him are shocked and surprised to see him prophesying with the prophets. And what's happening here is that God is using the community of people, the community of prophets, to activate the gift that has been prophesied in Saul into being. Now, this could have happened at any point. God could have done it immediately. You know, the first time that Saul had gone to Samuel, that God could have activated it right there and then, but he didn't. He chose to use this group of prophets. And so, how do we apply that to us, to our lives? Well, we know that God can do and activate and speak at any point, at any time in our lives, but often he uses the body. He uses each other's. You know, I've seen time and time again in the lives of others and in my own life, you know, when I've been around a prophet, if we carry on with this example, then the gift of prophecy is often activated more in me to a greater level. And sometimes I find, you know, if I'm around somebody who's really gifted in the prophetic, that it's much easier to prophesy. One time I was around a prophet and she said to me, "You go and prophesy over this people." And I found that I could prophesy to a deeper and greater degree than I ever had before. But what I found was that it had actually activated more that gift. And so as I left that environment, I could walk further in that gifting. Now, oftentimes it's great to learn from those who are really excelling in their gift, maybe those who've got ministries in those gifts, and it's not just prophecy we're talking about here, but all of the gifts. But actually sometimes God uses many other people. It says in the Bible that if we receive a prophet, we're going to receive the prophet's reward. If we receive a righteous man, we're going to receive the righteous man's reward. And I have to say, there's been so many times in many other areas of my life and in other giftings that I've received so well from the most, to me, who would be the unlikely person, who is not the person on the stage or who is in the known ministry, but the person in front of me, where I've received some of the greatest kind of lessons or insights, revelations, gifting from God, from the people that I've even gone to minister to. And so he uses each other, and our response is God can do what he wants when he wants, but actually our heart response is to have a humble heart. Are we willing to receive from the person in front of us? Because God can speak and do and activate amazing things. And so let's just be blessed on our day to day. Let's receive from the people around us, just as we can give to the people around us if we go with open hearts.